Right, Adrian Calamel, thank you very much for joining us with your perspective on that story. Now, leaders of the 27 European Union countries are meeting in Brussels today for their final summit of the current term. The discussions would include topics like defense, trade with the United States, support for Ukraine and the situation in the Middle East. Security and defense are a major focus following the recent NATO summit. EU leaders are discussing how to strengthen the bloc's defense capabilities and prepare for future threats, including cyber attacks and hybrid warfare. Trade is also high on the agenda. EU leaders are deciding whether to accept a quick trade deal with the United States, even if it favors Washington, or push for better terms. The US currently has tariffs of up to 50% on some EU goods. President Trump has set a July 9th deadline for a deal, warning that tariffs could increase further if no agreement is reached. The EU is also considering its own response, which could include new tariffs on American products or a digital tax targeting large US tech companies. Support for Ukraine remains a priority as well. President Vladimir Zelensky is joining the summit by video to discuss continued military and political support for Ukraine amidst its war with Russia. Leaders are also debating a new round of sanctions against Russia, though some countries have raised concerns about energy supplies. Now, in the Middle East, EU leaders will talk about the humanitarian situation in Gaza, regional tensions, and efforts to restart talks with Iran on its nuclear program. Other topics include migration, border control, and the EU's long-term competitiveness. The summit will end with a joint statement outlining the bloc's priorities for the months ahead. Well, let's in fact listen in to what some leaders had to say on the sidelines of this summit.
If we would integrate Ukraine into the European Union, we would integrate the war. And we would not like to be together in one community with a country who is in war and represent an imminent danger on us. Because if a member of the European Union is in war, it means that the European Union is war, and we don't like it.
Hoy hay muchos temas en el Consejo Europeo, pero sí quisiera, por ser breve, centrarme en uno, que es el informe que se elevó a los ministros y ministras de Asuntos Exteriores por parte del relator de Derechos Humanos sobre la situación catastrófica de genocidio que se está viviendo en Gaza.
Israel has temporarily halted aid